Hello dear students, welcome to today's session. In this session, we shall be starting with 10th CBSE Mathematics for the year 2024-25 batch. So I shall be introducing you the syllabus, contents which will be dealing throughout the years, as well as we'll be starting with a minute topic, that is a real numbers, a small segment of it in this session. So let's get started. So as you can all see, this is your NCERT textbook. So this is the book we shall be using for this year. Complete syllabus which we will be dealing is from this textbook. Okay. So along with the textbook, one of the vital role which is played is the reference books for CBSE students. Arian's All-in-One Mathematics is a reference book which we shall be using for the case studies. Case study is the last 15 marks segment in our CBSE paper. We will be using Arian's All-in-One Mathematics. R.D. Sharma Mathematics Class 10. We shall be using this for solving additional questions in the class. I shall be touching majority of the problems from the R.D. Sharma book along with the NCERT. Whereas R.S. Agarwal Class 10 Secondary School Mathematics, this book is particularly for the students to solve it on your own. No matter what, I shall be checking the solutions of this in the class. Okay, moving ahead further, let's go for the content. The very first unit of our textbook consists of a chapter named as a real number, which has a 6 marks weightage in our board paper. And the second unit, which is called as the algebra, contains 4 chapters. One among them is polynomials, pair of linear equations in 2 variables, quadratic equations, arithmetic progressions. So there are 4 chapters, and the weightage for the algebra is 20 marks. The weightage for each chapter keeps changing, but for the unit, the weightage is 20 marks. Next unit is basically coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry itself has only one topic, that is coordinate geometry, which will be allotted for 6 marks. This is basically a graphical based question which will be asked in the paper and very easy scoring, and wherein people often tend to lose marks in this topic of coordinate geometry. Next, the major topic comes over here for 15 marks, that is the geometry. Triangles and circles are the 2 topics which are involved in the geometry part. We shall be dealing with the triangles as well as the circles when we come to the segment of geometry. Moving ahead further, we come to one of the basic foundational unit for the science students. Those who are aiming for engineering, pure science, those who are aspiring to go for PCMB, PCMC, PCME combinations in their plus 2 level, this topic play a vital role. Trigonometry. Trigonometry has basically 2 subunits. I have divided this into 3. Very simple. Introduction to Trigonometry is the name of the chapter, whereas Introduction to Trigonometry is divided into 2 subunits. One is the basic introductory part, and one more is the trigonometric identities, wherein we shall be dealing with 3 different identities and its application problems. These application problems comes under one more big unit, that is the second unit of the trigonometry, that is basically applications of trigonometry. Major application of trigonometry is heights and distances. So overall, the unit trigonometry comprises of 12 marks in your board paper. Moving further, one of the chapter wherein majority students face difficulty is the mensuration. More or less, this chapter is basically a formula based concept. You have to remember the formula, use the application of it, and think over it. So areas related to circles, surface areas, and volumes. Here we look across more or less about the different kinds of the surface areas. Next unit, as the unit itself says, statistics and probability. So it's basically you're computing the data which is given statistical and probable data. Like when you are rolling the dice, what is the probability of getting 6 on each roll? It is 1 out of 6, right? There are 6 outcomes which we will be coming. One among them is the 6. So that is all about this probability. Statistics is basically the number of students marks scored in your year, the entire year. That is all based on the statistics, the number of admission of boys, girls in a particular area. That is called as statistics and probability. This is one of the scoring unit rather, but calculation is more over here. This comprises of 11 marks in the board paper. Any doubts regarding the marks? Okay, no doubts. Okay, let's move further with our very first topic, that is the real numbers. Real numbers is suggested to have 15 hours. With the time constraints of the teaching hours, we shall be reducing this into the 10 hours. We will reduce this into 10 hours. So what are all the syllabus for the real numbers? Fundamental theorem of arithmetic that we will be dealing, we'll be touching about that in the session itself. Statement and reviewing the work done earlier and after, illustrating and motivating through examples, and proofs of irrationality. So here we will be doing proof by the method of contradiction that we will be taking in the upcoming sessions, but wherein we will be starting with the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. This is the syllabus for us. Okay, clear? Let's get started. So when we come to the topic, a little bit foundation is required. Our topic is named as real numbers. Okay, we all know about natural numbers. Natural numbers are basically the counting numbers. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the infinite number of digits. So that is all about the natural numbers. Whole numbers is basically the natural numbers included with the 0. Alright, whole numbers is basically natural numbers which is included with 0. Whereas for integers are basically the negative naturals and the whole numbers. Okay, so from the minus infinity up to the plus infinity, all the counting parts is basically the integers. Rational numbers, any number in p by q form, p upon q form is called as a rational number, whereas an irrational number, you can see root 2, root 3, root 5, pi is an irrational. Okay, whose value isn't fixed. Okay, the numbers whose values isn't fixed, so those numbers are called as irrational. Whereas the real number, what is this real number here? You can see it on the screen. It is basically the combination of rationals and irrationals. So well, now let us express real numbers, or rather our number system, in the form of a Venn diagram. First we have the natural numbers, the very minute unit. Then with 0 it becomes a whole number. With the negative part it becomes an integer. With p by q form, all the fractions becomes rational numbers. And irrational is a separate unit. When you combine both rationals and irrational, it becomes a real number. Clear with this? This is just the basic for us. Okay, let's move ahead further. Yes. So, this is basically theorem 1.1 as per the latest edition. This PDF, this written note was for the previous years. This year, it is theorem 1.1. Theorem 1.1 is basically the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So what does the fundamental theorem of arithmetic tells is, so we have a composite number. Each and every composite number can be expressed, or basically it can be factorized as the product of prime numbers. And this factorization which will be done, no, that will be holding good only for that particular number. So irrespective of the order in which the factors are multiplied. Okay, so for an example, let us take 4 as an example. 4 can be written as 2 into 2. Let us take 6 as an example. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. So 2 into 3 is only 6. It can't be any other number. That means it is unique. And irrespective of the order means 3 into 2 is also 6. 6 is a composite number. It can be expressed as a product of prime numbers. Clear with the fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Well, the concept of fundamental theorem of arithmetic becomes more and more clear once we take with an example. Okay, so this is example number 1. Consider a number 4 to the power of n. We are considering a number 4 to the power of n, where n belongs to the set of naturals. Check whether there is any value for n for which 4 to the power of n end with a digit 0. Well, our basic knowledge for a digit ending with a 0, it is always a multiple of 5. Isn't it? Yes. Yes. For a digit to end with a 0, it should be a multiple of 5. That's what it says. For 4 to the power of n to end with a 0, there should be a prime factor of 5. But what does the fundamental theorem of arithmetic tells? 4 can be expressed as 2 square, 2 into 2, right? So we are not getting a factor of 5 over here. So henceforth, there won't be any value for n to get the last digit 0 for 4 to the power of n. Henceforth, for no values of n, this is possible. The above statement holds good for no values of n. Okay, if that's clear, we will go with the second example. Find the LCM and the HCF of 6 and 20 by the prime factorization method. So what is prime factorization method means? 6 you will do it like this. 2, 3 times, 3, 1 times. What are the factors of 6? 2, 3 and 1. Whereas for 20 we will do it like this. 2, 10 times, 2, 5 times, 5 ones. So what are the factors for 20? 2 into 2 into 5 into 1 are the factors for 20. That's what is written here. So what is HCF? HCF stands for highest common factor. You can see the common factor here is 2. So HCF is 2. What does the LCM stands for? The least common multiple. How to find the LCM? LCM is found out by this way. So 2 is common over here. One time you are taking 2. The remaining 2 you are putting here. 3 and 5. So overall, when you multiply, you get it as 60. This is your LCM. So for the prime factors 6 and 20, the HCF is 2 and LCM is 60. Clear? Yes. Any doubts? No doubts. Okay. So example number 3. Find the HCF of 96 and 404 by the prime factorization method and hence find their LCM. So very simple, the same method which we followed above, but rather I'll be teaching you a new concept over here rather than simply multiplying such big digits and finding out. Yes, now 96 can be written as 2 into 248 times is 96, 224 times is 48, 212 times is 24, 26 times is 12, 23 times is 6, 3 ones is 3. So 96 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Whereas 404 can be written as 2 into 2 into 101. So this is called as prime factorization for 96 and 404. So HCF, finding out HCF is very simple. 2, 2, so 2 into 2 is 4. This is the HCF. Whereas finding of LCM for such a big number becomes difficult. Rather, we have a formula here. HCF into LCM is equal to A into B, where A and B are the given numbers. Like this Excel 404. So we know the HCF, find the LCM. LCM is equal to A into B divided by the HCF. So LCM will be 96 into 404 divided by 4. So 41 times 4101 times 96 into 101 is nothing but 9696. So henceforth we have our HCF as 4, LCM as 9696. Dear students, please do pause the video and then make note of the steps. For any two natural numbers, let's write a note point for this concept. For any two natural numbers, this is important. Put a star mark or anything, whatever you put. For any two natural numbers, A and B, remember for any two, A and B, HCF of A and B into LCM of A and B is equal to the product of A and B. HCF into LCM is equal to A into B. So hopefully the concept is clear for all of you. If there is any doubt, please do put a message. You can put a WhatsApp message on this number if you find anything doubtful. Assignment copy will be uploaded in the description window. Thank you. Have a nice day.